So we are, I think we're live. And so let's see who is going to be first today. Who is going to be first? Bernice is first today. From King County, Washington State, Angela Kirkland is second. Good to see you, Angela. Thank you for joining us. And Elandia is on. Good to see you. Debbie Williams Walker has joined us for the first time in a couple of weeks. Jean Coleman is on with us. Hey, Jean. Hey, Gloria. Good to see you. Lakeista is on as well. Malcolm Williams, good evening, sir, to you. Miss Alvernia, I saw you today. You didn't see me, but I saw you today. Good to see Lydia on as well. And Alan was just asking about me, but I am here. And hello, Monica. It is fabulous to see you. Good to see you. Jackie Bonner is on with us. Jackie, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Um, let me see. And Victoria is on. Good to see you. Uh, Tia is on. Hello, Gloria. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Jay, good to see you, sir. Be blessed as well. Carrie is waving back to her, waving to Angie Johnson. Thank you for joining us. Desma is on. Hello. And good to see Rachel on with us on this Friday. Happy Friday to you. Carolyn Williams is on. Good to see Philip King. Good to see you. E. Joyce Paris is on with us every single Friday night. Alberni, I think you were getting your nails done. I rolled by the window. I thought I saw you. Good to see the poet laureate Tam Reeds. Good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us as well. Lenard, good to see you. Mardell, thank you so much. It was so good to see you last Sunday, and thank you for sending me that information. I appreciate it, and I will get my stuff together. Okay. Patricia Johnson, good to see you, and thank you for praying for a good week. Andrea Hall Houston, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Julia Dinkins is on. Hello, Julia. Thank you for joining us. Angela Benton is on. Hey, Angela. Good to see you. Good to see Michelle and Mr. Bill on. Always good to see you all. Michelle is on all the way from Poola, Georgia, from the metropolis of Poola, Georgia. Good to see my friend Tammy Stone. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you for joining us. Always good to see you. Sharon Bryan is on from Midway. Iron Bull, good to see you. Patricia, happy Friday night to you. Helen Bright, good to see you. Happy Friday. Glad to have you. And Iron Bull, everything is going fine. Things are going better than I deserve. But thank you so much for joining us. It's Friday Night Live, y'all. A beautiful Friday night in the greatest city on earth, the hostess city, Savannah, Georgia. Good to see you. Camila has joined us. Always good to see her aboard. So thank you for joining us. And there is a bunch of stuff going on this weekend in Savannah, so people are all over the place. But I'm going to be right here. And I had some stuff I had to do, but I had to get to a room. Good to see Barbara Kaufman on. Jorsette has joined us as well. I'm looking for your mama, Jorsette. We don't like you as much. Good to see Helen Bright on. I love you too. Hey, Aunt Ollie. Good evening. Blessings to you. Robin McDaniel Beck from Kansas City, Missouri is on with us. Always good to see her. Patricia is on with us. Thank you. Talia, thank you as well. And Mardell, thank you very much. Keep me in your prayers. Barbara Pinckney is on as well. Ruby Walker, good to see you. Good to see Dr. Pete Silver on with us. Thank you so much, sir, for all that you will be doing for me. You don't realize all that you're going to be doing for our community, but, I got some stuff coming for you. Let's see, who else? Let's see. I said Talia and Barbara, Ruby, Helen is on with us. Coach Cassell Bell from Jacksonville, Florida. Good to see her on. Linda Kelly is on with us. It's not Friday date night without Linda Kelly. Alicia is on. Good evening to you. Gail has joined us. Good to see you, Gail. Always good to see you on as well. Dr. Patricia West, good to see you. Thank you very much. Kwanzaa, Austin is on. And yes, thank you so much, and I appreciate that. I do get on the organ every now and then. Good to see Cheryl Bonds on as well. Gloria Wells, Sean Williams, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Good to see Ramonda on. Thank you, ma'am. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm waving back at you. Iron Bull is saying the reason why they blamed your company for Orange Crush Wrestling Company. No, nobody knows what you're talking about, Iron Bull. Nobody's blamed your company for anything, so I don't know what that's about. Good to see Linda Wilder Bryan, District 3 Alderwoman, serves with me on City Council. Always good to see you, Linda. Thank you for joining us. Lahoma is on, and thank you, Lahoma, for joining us as well. There's Miss Charlotte. We were looking for Miss Charlotte, so now Miss Charlotte is on. So George said, you can leave or stay. It's up to you. We got Miss Charlotte on. And so Dr. Silva, you're going back to Ghana. So all right, so we need to communicate. So we'll reach out before you make that trip to help us further what we're trying to do over there. And let's see. Who else? Let me see. Wow, Laura Renee Smith has joined us all the way from Pennsylvania. We have not seen you in a couple of weeks. As a matter of fact, Debbie Williams Walker has been looking for you. She's been lonely without you. We were going to do a welfare check because we didn't know whether we had to roll out to central Pennsylvania to get you. So we're good. Good to see you as well. Good to see Crystal on as well. Carolyn Scott has joined us. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate that. Good to see you on. Let me see. I'm trying to keep up, y'all. Hey, Urish. Good to see you. Good evening to you. And January Jones, thank you for joining us. And Pamela, good evening. And Barbara is saying that her daughter Crystal is on because her phone is dead. Miss Barbara, that is no excuse. The child knows that 9 o'clock on Friday comes every Friday at 9 o'clock, and she should have had her phone charged. So why is she still being grown all up on your internet and on your phone and on your stuff? I mean, this is your experience with us. She needs to have her own experience. So I know you got to look out for the kids, but thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you. Good to see Barbara Dolores on. Bernice is coming back to Savannah soon. And yes, let's see. And we have to get all y'all. We have to get Bernice to Savannah. We have to get Robin to Savannah. We have to get Cassell to Savannah. We have to get Laura to Savannah. So we have our Friday night, so y'all can see all these people from all over the country who have been joining us for now. I'll tell you in a minute how many weeks it's been, and us getting together. But anyway, it's Friday, and if it's Friday in Savannah, we do on Fridays. Good to see you, my brother Harry Thompson. Thank you for joining us, and we do it every single Friday. We've done it every single Friday, and so, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. It is Friday Night Live, and we are happy and excited because that means that we have made it another week. And so we are not only happy, but we are grateful to have made it another week that the Lord saw fit to have us around for just another week. So as you know what we do, we share. Now Tawana, Renee Jackson want to roll up into the piece. I've been stalking your Facebook, Tawana, and so we have some issues we got to talk about. But anyway, like the page. We want you to like the page. We want you to share the page. We're not selfish with our love. Like the page, share the page. Good to see Richard Dinkins on, but I do not see the wife. Oh, I see the wife now. Good to see Joya Dinkins. Hopefully you made it back home safe. Good to see Frank on. Good to see Faye Law on as well. Um, let's see. Frank, Hudson Island is a part of Savannah. Yes, it is. How the hockey team coming along? We finished our first season. We sold out all of our games except three, but we did make the playoffs. Hey, April, good to see you as well. Um, and Terry Mobley has joined us, so always good to see terrific Terry Mobley on. As you know, we like the page, we share the page, and then of course we do Tara Strong. And to answer January Jones' question, Tara, Tara is our girl. Tara is a friend of our uh, program, and she has been dealing with some struggles and some challenges, and we have started this now a couple of years ago as an opportunity to lift up well wishes and prayers and be in support and solidarity with our friend Tara. And so we do this, and you see folks doing it. Tara comes on from time to time. She just turned 50. And yet we are still thinking, praying, and believing for her, for a miracle for her. And we're just glad that she's around. So we do that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And all the women, Wilder Bryant, thank you. Frank, any plans to restore the racetrack? I don't think so. I think it's probably owned by the county. So no, I don't think so. But so yeah, go ahead and put out that love to our girl Tara. We always appreciate you doing that. Good to see Cheryl Bynes on joining us as well. And so yeah, this week, guess what? Week number what? 167. 167 weeks. We have been doing this. 167 weeks. 1,170 days of Friday Night Live. 3 years and 2 months and 14 days of Friday Night Live. 38 months and 14 days. We have been getting together every single Friday, no matter where I am, no matter where you are in the world. In the world. And we have done this, and we have done it together. Good to see Ethel there as well. Regina is on. Hello, good to see you. And again, January, no problem at all. You're not the only one probably had that question. And so, but we're grateful. 167 weeks. We are still together. And so, this is good to see Brother Jamal on. This is what we do. This is an hour of love, fellowship, education, and entertainment. We hold each other up, and we hold each other down. Good to see Rashawn Williams. Thank you for joining us. And I'm just so elated that, we have been doing this since we closed in the pandemic, and we are still here. Good to see Charlinda Warner on, who is fighting lupus. And so she has the purples out. So if y'all would be so kind to go ahead and give her a couple of purple, because she is dealing with lupus, and I don't think she minds me to tell you that she might have lupus, but lupus does not have her. And so she is a lupus warrior. And so purple is the color of lupus. So we'll go ahead and we'll put 4 purple stars out for everybody, 4 purple hearts for everybody out there dealing with lupus. And thank you. I know that Charlinda will be very, very appreciative of that. And she's very appreciative of that. Leisha Parker is on with us. Thank you for joining us. Glad to see you. Andrea, thank you very much. Yeah, we're here to lift each other up. So that's what we do. Look at all this purple we see. Look at all this purple, y'all, showing some love to not only Charlinda, but everybody who fights daily with lupus. And I'm gonna get her on to talk about what that is and what that's all about. I did proclaim Lupus Education and Awareness Day in Savannah, and in honor of not only the folks that are doing it in Savannah, but also in the case of Charlinda and those that she has battle buddies with as they fight every single day. We have to hold up and lift up each other in their struggles, because their struggles could be our struggles. And again, I'm a firm believer that that prayers work, blessings work, fond thoughts work, and so um, we're excited about that. So as you know, the time that I'm in, and so of course we have a couple of commercials that you will see throughout, um, and of course do not feel compelled to be a part of any of this, but if you feel so inclined to be, we'll be appreciated, particularly if you want to like this page. I would love to have you to like the page, so please like the page. Good to see. Let me see. Yeah, so if you feel so inclined to like the page, please go ahead and like the page. And that look, the hearts are still coming. And then, if you feel so inclined, as you know, I am involved in an effort right now to I'm calling it the Dignity Over Drama Tour. Um, I am on a fight to make sure that Savannah has more dignity and less drama. And so, if you feel like investing and being a part of that movement, then you can go ahead and contribute to that movement. Um, you can, a dollar helps, and if you want to do a Friday night $5 for Friday Night Live, you can go ahead and do that. $5. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm quite appreciative of it. So what I want to talk about today is um, what my mind has been on today, and then we'll talk a little bit about what you want to talk about. As you notice today, I am wearing orange. I'm wearing orange. And I'm wearing orange because today is National Gun Violence Awareness Day. And this is National Wear Orange Weekend. And so this started in 2013. And some of you might know the story of Hadea Pendleton. She was a high school student who marched in President Obama's second inaugural parade. And 1 week later, she was shot and killed on a playground in Chicago. And so her friends got together and wanted to commemorate her life by wearing orange. And they wear orange because that's the color that hunters use in the woods to protect themselves. Orange, don't shoot. And so it is now observed every June, and thousands of people wear the color orange to honor Hadea and the more than 120 people that are killed with guns every single day in our country, and more than 43,000 Americans that are killed with guns, and the 76,000 more that are shot and wounded every year, to include those who are committing suicide and all of those things. So I wore orange today, and some of you wore orange today, and I appreciate that. In that, because it is something that our country has to grapple with. Thank you, Cassell, for wearing orange today. Thank you, Debbie Williams Walker. Thank you, Carolyn Scott. And that's right, Condoleezza did have on her orange. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Catherine. And the fact of the matter is that we have to do something about gun violence in our community. It is an issue. And thank you very much. I appreciate that, Dr. Silva. See, good mentors always lifting you up, and he lifted me up, so I appreciate that. Yeah, we're calling it the Dignity Tour. We're calling it the Dignity Over Drama Tour. Our world has too much drama. Our world has too much foolishness and mess. And we need to be about the people we serve and not about ourselves. And so if you are tired of this soap opera that's been going on for 4 years, then I suggest, beloved, that you have the opportunity to do something about it. And you have something to do about it by choosing dignity over drama. You have two choices, really, of where and how this thing plays out. And so if you're tired of the drama and the foolishness and the mess. Good to see you, Kathy. If you're tired of the scenarios and the ethics complaints and the accusations and the slander, Laurie, good to see you. Thank you very much. If you're tired of all of that, then you have the opportunity to make a choice. And I want to give people a choice. And so um, I have tried very hard to make sure that I lead this city, I serve this city in a dignified manner. And I hope that you have seen that under some of the most challenging of situations, we've been able to do that. And so, um, as a result, I'm choosing dignity. And there'll be some that'll choose drama, but if that's what they like, that's what they like. I'm just hoping that the greater good, the collective we, the big W-E, will choose um, will choose dignity. Good to see you, Miss Loretta. Good to see you, Tim. Thank you, thank you. Um, and no, Debbie, we can't move hazardous people, but a whole bunch of votes can. Um, but nonetheless, gun violence, and I mean, I don't know if I told you all, I went to Ireland last week. Um, I led a delegation over there to um, help to bridge the gap, so to speak, to bring businesses from Savannah to go to um, Ireland and do business in Ireland, and businesses in Ireland and do business in Savannah. I recognize that our next frontier is international. And while our economy is hot, we have to be building these international relationships. And the fact is, Savannah is an international city. We have the third busiest port in the nation. We have to build these relationships because when the economy slows down again, and it will. Good to see you, Alma. We have to be prepared. And so businesses in Savannah that are prepared to do business internationally, we need to be able to do that. And so we're intentionally engaging with Ghana, which is what Dr. Silva has graciously agreed to help me with, because we need to help open up those economies for those African countries to do business in Savannah, and likewise for our businesses here to do business over there. Good to see you, Judy. And we're doing the same thing for Ireland. And so, um, but anyway, I was in Ireland for several days, and I didn't see a police officer at all. Like, no police officer at all. I'm looking around because as a former police officer, when I go places, I'm just kind of, want to check out the police. I didn't see no police. And then when I finally saw one, probably on the day before we left, and that I didn't see one in Wexford. I didn't see one in Kilkenny. I didn't see one in. I didn't see one there. I saw one in Dublin, and he didn't have a gun. And I'm like, and so I'm asking, they're like, we don't have no guns. I'm like, what do you mean? Uh, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Frank. I tried my best, but I asked. I mean, like, we just think that if an officer of the law tells you to do something, you should just go ahead and do it. You don't need a gun. And I'm like, hurt? It's like, yeah. Carolyn, you can move back to Savannah, right? Nobody told you to leave in the first place. You can move. You can move on back. I mean, I'll get a truck and help you move back. Good to see you, Miss Ernestine, and thank you, Miss Ernestine, for all that you do. She's one of our phenomenal city employees, so we love Miss Ernestine and appreciate all she does. But so we have this fascination with guns. Um, are there plans for the city to build a parking deck? We already have a parking deck. It's right next to the market arena. We'll probably have surface parking. We have surface parking now. We'll build more surface parking, but um, but the reality is that um, you know we have in America this fascination with guns, and I just think that um, we can have the Second Amendment and protect second graders at the same time. I believe people have the right to have guns, but I think people have the right not to get shot. And I think that obviously having by far are more guns than any other um, nation in the country, but yet still that having this issue has been very difficult for us. Good to see you, Mr. Rita. Thank you for joining us. And it's created an issue. And we know that there are a lot of people who have guns who should not have guns. We know that's problematic. We know if you have issues with mental health, or if you have violence issues, we should all be able to agree that you shouldn't have a gun. We know that if you're a child, you're underage, you shouldn't have a gun. I mean, I'm just saying that we should be able to have those abilities, or if your mental health or status becomes impaired, then maybe you shouldn't have a gun. I'm not against guns. I'm just against everybody having one. Good to see you, Miss Sadie. I appreciate you. Always good to have our senior Friday Night Live on. Guys, so I'm gonna give you some love. Always good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Good to see the Dancing Princess. Good to see you, sweetie. Hope you are doing well. I didn't know you had your own page, but I'm going to go ahead and like your page because I didn't know you had a page. You didn't tell me you had a page. And now since I know you have a page, Dancing Princess, good to see you. I could like your page. Follow your page. All right, and good to see Sunshine Tammy on as well. And so, I mean, I'm just hoping, like we got together with the debt ceiling, this should not be hard. I don't think, good to see you, Miss Lily. I don't think we have to be where we have no guns at all. And I don't think that we have to have a place where there are guns that are too restrictive. I think there is a balance. And I just think that it should be harder to get a gun than it is to get a driver's license. I mean, I just think that, with that should come some training. I think with that should come that, you might have your privilege revoked. And so we know that a lot of people have lost their lives to gun violence that should not have lost their lives to gun violence. We know a lot of them are children. We know that black children are 3 times more likely to be killed than other children. We know the suicides are up because of the availability of guns. And so all I'm saying is let's just find some common sense out of the senselessness. I think about the young boys and the young girls in our community who have lost their life. And there are plenty to name. All of us can think of some young person who is no longer here because of senseless gun violence. And at some point, prayers and well wishes and thoughts is not enough. We need legislation. And then we need a will of people to be able to do better. And so I appreciate the opportunity to wear orange, and so that's what I did in honor of Hadiya Pendleton, but more importantly to those in Savannah who have lost their lives, and to say that we have to be able to do better. And so I'm hoping that we will do that. Angela, it was so good to be at Riverview Health and Rehabilitation Center. It was great to be there with Linda Wilder Bryan and Sharon Aiken, and y'all had the bomb prom. What time did y'all leave? I had to leave. I couldn't hang out with y'all all day and all night. Y'all were partying up. And in January, yes, teen suicide has a lot to do with their emotions, but you have to have a means. You have to have a motive, but you have to have a means. And so, I might have emotions, but if I don't have a gun to shoot I might do something different. But the gun, is just a much more definitive way. Much more definitive way. And, it's permanent. It's final. And so, well, thank you. Well, Frank, I agree with you. Which is why we hired, for the city of Savannah, we hired a federal prosecutor, because to be frank, I didn't feel like locally we were prosecuting enough. I think that we should just be absolutely clear. We don't want gun violence in our neighborhoods. And again, I'm a proponent of restorative justice. I'm a proponent of diversion and all that. But to me, if you're going to pull a gun and I pull a trigger in our community, we need to send a very clear message that's going to come with consequences. And so for those people who know about federal time, when you do federal time, you do federal time. And so we want to make sure that we're severe about it. As a matter of fact, one of the things we're looking at now is that we know a lot of guns come out of vehicles that are not locked, vehicles that are not secure, and we might be looking at penalties for those. If your gun is stolen and you because you are not you for some reason was not an opportunity you that because you did not properly secure your weapon. And I mean, people are getting out of locked cars. They're not stealing pocketbooks. They're stealing guns. And they know that you put them in the glove compartment. You put them in the center console. You put under the seat. People know that. And so that's the crazy part about it. And if you don't exercise due care and regard, then we're going to hold you responsible because that gun might kill a bunch of people because you were not responsible for your gun. So stay tuned for that. Monica, in her infinite wisdom, says it's such an oxymoron to say that guns don't kill people. Guns can't load themselves and they can misfire. Right. That is true. I mean, guns don't kill people. People kill people. But people with guns kill people. And people with guns kill themselves. And so if you have a person here and a gun here, then you basically have two objects that are not bothering anybody. But if you have a person with a gun in their hand, you really have some issues. So thank you, Monica, for that. Monica, thank you for that. And let me see what else. And Rachel has seen. See, Rachel, she's in the ER. All heartbreaking. I mean, I've gone in the emergency room, as many of you know. You know, I do crime scenes, and I go when we have these issues. I go, and you know, you see a kid with a hole in them. That's a real thing, and maybe you don't see it until you see, particularly a lot of these high velocity guns, and you know, these kids have holes in. I mean, like messed up. And if it was not for the great folks we have in emergency rooms here in Savannah, you know, some of these folks would die. Somehow or another, you know, they. Maybe we should get Rachel. Maybe we should get some of those pictures if we start showing these people what gun violence looks like. Maybe they would think a little bit differently. You know, sometimes these ain't always open caskets. I mean, it's it's bad. So let me see. Oh wow, Crystal has finally showed up. All right, Crystal, good to see you. Um, Good to see Molly has joined us. January says guns don't kill. The gun is in, well, people, well, the gun is in the hands of people, right? People and guns kill, and they hurt people. And so that's what I'm trying to get at. Um, Let me see. So that was what I wanted to talk about today. And so um, we're wearing orange. We're doing it all weekend long. If you would be so kind, good to see Felicia on as well. Um, if you'd be so kind, I know it's a little late today, but if you could over the weekend, I want you to go ahead and wear something orange, take a picture orange, and then use the hashtags wear orange, of course, and Savannah Strong, and let me know that you've done it. I would appreciate it if you could take a picture in something orange. You know, if you just want to put something on your house and rock your orange shoes or rock your orange dress or your orange T-shirt. Savannah State folks, we should have plenty of orange, and let's send this message out. Let me tell you how blessed we've been in Savannah this year, and I do not take it for granted. For the first time in well over 20 years, it is now June the 2nd. We have had one homicide in Savannah in 2023. One homicide in Savannah in 2023. One. Thanks be to God. Thanks be to everybody. I mean, we still have gun violence, but thanks be to God, one person. That is a reduction of 95%. And so we also use this. Um, so, all right, so wait a minute. So let me think about this. So, um, Crystal, I don't see a picture with you wearing your orange. So go ahead and post a picture on your page wearing orange with those hashtags. And Angela, we want to see the orange polish on your toes today, please. Thank you very much. We want to see the orange. See, the orange don't mean nothing unless we see it. We have to see the orange. So let us see the orange. But again, you know, so this is something that's new. Hey, Janine, good to see you as well. Um, yeah, Frank, I remember how bad it was. It was scary. So, um, but we're excited about it. But I mean, we wanted to be zero. And we know with the summer, we know that usually that means uptick in violent incidents, and so we're doing what we can. We're doing what we can, and so we're hoping that we're able to keep these numbers down. So, but we have to keep making sure that we're engaged in the communities. We have to make sure that we encourage people to walk away. We have to make sure that things that we don't think is our business is our business. And if I know of a kid who has a gun, please let us know. Um, Joanne says, don't box Burkhalter Road in, no rezoning. We got to talk a little bit about that. Um, Frank asked GAD to create a public service film. Actually, we actually are talking about producing that as well. Again, we have to do all hands on deck. We have to get people engaged. Um, you know, to talk about how serious this is. I need to let you hear the stories of these mothers who have lost children. And we have some on here. Linda Wilder Bryan is one of them. Olga Williams is another one of them. People who will come on and talk about the loss of that child and not having that child at that table and not celebrating birthdays and holidays with them. When you see that and when you experience that, you know how important it is for you then to be engaged in your child's business. So we're going to have to get them on to talk a little bit about what that feels like. As Linda says, sometimes that's a sorority you don't want to be in. Good to see Miss Lucille. Thank you for joining us. And so, but that's that's where I am today, and we're talking about gun violence, and we're talking about stopping it in our community. So, what do y'all want to talk about? So, any questions? What's your questions, or what you want to talk about today? What is it you want to know about the greatest city on earth, Savannah? And we're glad to answer any questions you may have today as we celebrate week number 167 of Friday Night Live, our love affair that never ends. So, any questions or anything y'all want to talk about? Hey, good to see Pat Rossiter on. Pat Rossiter has the Rossiter name is actually really big in Kilkenny, Ireland. I mean, no, in Ireland where we were, and so good to see you. In 2014, you said I'm a black male and I can never be all that I could be as long as they're not all that they can be. Isn't that double standard? Yeah, I'm a black man and I can never be all that I can be until every person is all that they can be. I don't know what there is to explain about that. I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The fact is that um, I'm a part of a continuum. I'm a part of a sentence. And so I can get all the degrees I want to in the world. I can reach the highest pinnacles of personal success, but as a part of a continuum, I'm a part of a greater community. I'm a part of a greater race, and I can't always be what I could be as long as I have young men killing themselves on the street, and that means I take personal responsibility. And I consider it a personal challenge to do every single thing I can to make sure that people can be all that they can be. When I look at young men on our streets, I consider it a challenge. Why? Because I was them. I was in Brooklyn, New York, at the time of great crime and great challenge. And if people didn't care about me and mentor me and became a village to me, I wouldn't be who I am today. So yes, I take it personally because I'm not going to be all I could be. The life's most pressing challenge is not what I was or what I was able to do. It was what was I able to do for others. So, Willie, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no double standard. I'm very clear about where I am, who I serve, and what my purpose is here. As long as I remember my why, I never forget my way. And I remember my why is. My why is to make sure I bring along as many people as I possibly can. Hope I answered your question. So anyway, I hope I was clear. So January, I'm a politician. I mean, that's a job. I'm a person. Obviously, January, you don't realize I'm not new to this. My resume in the Savannah community goes 35 years, well before I ever got into politics. Um, and so, when you look at who I am and what I do, it has not been in the political sphere. And everything I do, I don't put on Facebook. There are 1,500 kids in this community, now many in their 40s, that I've personally mentored, every single one of them, by name. That's not a politician. That's work. So, you know, that you don't want to come for me today on that. You really don't. But anyway, um, let's see. I be trying, man. All my life I got to fight. Anyway, is there going to be a new bridge in South Carolina? I don't know. I don't know about the bridge in South Carolina. Um, it's a state issue, and they're going to have to do something. They're talking about right now lifting the bridge up a little higher, but that's a temporary fix. They're going to have to do something. Obviously, my concern is if the bridge is coming into Savannah, that definitely, I mean, if it comes into downtown Savannah, that displaces people, so that's a big concern of mine. So it's going to be some years before that. Let me see. All right, Angela just posted her toes, and yeah, I like Pat Ross. So he's a good guy. So we want to know if we can have a camera at 800 900 block of Wexler Street. Um, we don't talk about where we put cameras, but I will tell you that even better than our cameras, we have ring cameras. And ring cameras and house cameras have been very effective, actually more effective at helping us solve crime than some of the city cameras. So if there's something in particular, Sarita, that you want to address, you can address it with me, and we can look at it that way. Um, if there's something, or a particular house or something, let us know, and we'll get involved. Um, that's the goal. Give us the information. All right, Angela just posted her toes. Oh yeah, I know Carver Village. Um, Joanne wants to know about the rezoning of Burkhalter Road. Now that's over on the city side for residential to light industrial. Now Georgia is a very strong property rights state, um, and so there are some restrictions on what we could tell people what to do with property they own. Um, I don't want to talk much about that right now because it's going to come before us, and so I want to wait as the trier of fact in this case to hear the evidence. So, um, we can talk about it, but we're not going to talk here about it. Thank you, Ms. Catherine. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm still a politician, man. I mean, it's no shade. I don't take no shade at it. I mean, politician is my job. It's not who I am. I mean, a politician, you know, a politician, well, an obstetrician is someone who is skilled in obstetrics. A pediatrician is someone who is skilled in pediatrics. A politician is someone who's skilled in politics. And politics is determining who gets what or where. I mean, you know, I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, if it was, why would everybody want to be one? I mean, obviously, I've been somewhat successful. I mean, this is my 20th year at this, and 20 years, and going before people every 4 years, and having them to review your performance and to be able to, um, win with an average of 75%. So 3 out of 4 people every single time has said, well, you've done a good job, and then you'll be able to run from there. Um, of a city and win. You know, I think if politics was such a bad thing, why everybody's trying to be that. I mean, uh, you know, it's just ways that you carry that out. A musician is someone who is skilled at music, someone who plays music. So, you know, I mean, the word politician, people make it into a dirty word. I mean, I think it's just a function. Um, I choose the word servant because that's what I am. Now, I might serve through politics, but I'm still a servant. Anyway, thank you, Ms. Cassell. Thank you. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, Frank, I appreciate that. I mean, again, you put yourself out there for 167 weeks, every Friday. I've come before our community, and I'm saying, ask me stuff. Um, you know, because the fact of the matter is that when you're being transparent, you have nothing to hide. I mean, sometimes you like my answers, sometimes you don't. Sometimes I say I don't know. Sometimes I say we don't have anything to do with that. Sometimes I say there's nothing that we can do. But the fact of the matter is, I'm here. I'm here. Because that's the type of servant I wanted to be. I wanted to be accountable. I wanted to be transparent. And so some days I'm feeling great. Some days I'm not feeling very well. Some days, I'm, in the midst of various things. But the fact is, I'm still here. I put on my boots and I show up. And I think that is hopefully what Savannahans want to see. To me, that is the definition of dignity. That you show up and you face the people who sent you, and you give an account for what it is that you have done, good or bad. And I've never said that people would always agree with me, but I would say that I have a reason for doing what I've done, and hopefully I can articulate that. So thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. This is an opportunity to talk with the people. So. Um, Tabitha Brown received a PhD from SCAD. All right, congratulations, Tabitha. A PhD. All right. Carol, good to see you. Carol, where you been, Carol? I haven't seen you in a while. Yes, it was a great day at Tribble Park this week. We reopened the park. It was a structural fix in a former water reclamation place. The lake was leaking. It cost us $2.5 million. We're glad we finally have it open again. The lake has been refilled. There's wildlife there. There's fish there. And Alderman Pertee is doing something there tomorrow. And so y'all go by and check him out. Y'all check Alderman Pertee out over there. I think those of you came out when I was at the NAACP. last week. I thought that was good. Let me see. Let's see. Um, I'm trying to see. Um, well, January once in a while, but it doesn't bother me. It's just that you do it with a negative connotation. I mean, again, it's my job. I mean, it's not who I am. I mean, you know, I think I'm a whole person. Um, my current job is in the field of politics. So, but anyway, um, but if nothing negative, then why you keep saying it? That's what I'm saying. But anyway, again, I'm gonna be authentic. Um, Debbie says we've given them a beautiful area in Savannah to warehouses at Rockham Farms. Um, Well, I mean, Debbie, I think again with Miss Whitfield, we have given up. We haven't given up anything. Somebody owns that, and so in Georgia, people can do what they want to with property that they own. We could not put houses at Rockingham Farms because it's in the flight path of Hunter Army Airfield. So there was nothing that could go there except for warehouses, or they could leave it the way it is. But obviously, again, people have value in property because hopefully one day they want to be able to get some value from the property that they have. It's unfortunate. It's the time that we live in, but on the other end of it, again, seeing it from both sides of both points of view. If someone has held on to property for a long time and now it has some value, they want to see some return on the value of their property. And so, the state doesn't allow us to say, well, no, you can't use property in that way. Particularly also as we continue to grow from our ports. Um, my goal is to try to not have these warehouses encroaching on neighborhoods. So, Rockingham Farms was actually a great place because there was no neighborhoods around it. It was just a highway, and so they've created a way for traffic to come right from the warehouse right on Veterans Parkway. And so, in terms of highest and best use, I think that was it. Um, you know, when we have a lot of beautiful trees, and we're known for being a tree city. We have 85,000 some odd trees, but on the other end of it, when someone owns the property, they own the trees. And so, although we love the trees, we don't own the trees, and so people do what they want to. Just example, what the state did is they knocked down those trees all up and down I-16. It was state property, so the state knocked the trees down, and obviously that was concerning to us. And they said, "Thank you very much for showing your concern," uh, and they moved on and did what they were going to do. So, um, we'll see where it is. Thank you, Miss Joanne. Um, I've asked the people what they want to talk about, and nothing what. I've asked them, and we're talking about what they want to talk about. But anyway, thank you, Miss Patricia, and thank you, Miss Angela, and thank you, Miss Felicia. And Frank says even his wife think I'm okay. I appreciate that. And Alicia, I can't please. No, you can't please everybody, no matter what profession you're in. I mean, and again, you know, you're subject to people's opinions. And so for this type of role, um, you gotta have tough skin. Uh, but it's okay. Um, Let me see. Fellow Leo Andrews Jr. pleaded to me, don't create another task force or another meeting. Adams urged a group meeting at the Hyatt, which you brought together a group of local officials and seniors for a league fellow. Yeah, Leon Andrews Jr. is a good friend of mine. He worked for the National League of Cities and he did not plead to create another task force. You are totally misrepresenting what would happen, what was said, and the time in which it was said. Um, and so uh, you, I know Leon Andrews Jr. well, and so you really, unfortunately, as usual, um, Mr. Stevens, don't have a clue about what you're talking about. And I hosted the session, so just remember that. My task forces have served great purpose in this community. Because of this task force, we have our first affordable housing plan, and we have created more affordable housing in Savannah in 1 year than we did in the 20 years prior. Because of our task forces, we have a racial equity and leadership plan, and our first diversity, equity, and inclusion director that will help us to be more equitable both inside the city bureaucracy and outside um, the um, the city in terms of how we treat people and how we deliver services. Because of our task forces, our LGBTQ community, and Happy Pride Month for those of you that are so engaged, now have a voice with their city hall. Because of our task forces, our Latino community now has a voice at City Hall. Because of our task forces, our Asian American Pacific Islander community held their first Asian American festival in 5 years. And so our task forces are a way of getting people engaged in doing the work. I've always been a proponent that of the Nehemiah plan, and the Nehemiah plan, for those of you that know the spiritual biblical story of Nehemiah, Nehemiah said that the people have to do the work. I've never been a proponent thinking as a city councilman or as a mayor I have all the answers. I'm a proponent that the people help do the work, and the greatest part about those task forces is that the people did the work. The people did the work, and they did the work. They partnered with their government, and we've been able to move mountains because of that. So, um, you know, so yeah, I know what you're talking about, Willie. Thank you, Miss Lucille. Willie, I heard you changed churches. They threw you out of the church. What happened? I'm just wondering. Um, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Miss Debbie Williams Walker. Oh, Tabitha Brown got an honorary doctorate from SCAN. Okay. Um, yeah, we missed you, Carol. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, thank you, Dr. Silver. I'm gonna put another commercial in there. Since you said it, Dr. Silver, I'm gonna put another commercial. If you want to go ahead and give $5 Friday night 5 for Van, go ahead and kick us $5 or more if you want to. We would certainly be appreciative of you doing that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We're appreciative of that, um, because we recognize that we have to have some dignity over drama, and that's what we're working on. We would love for you to like our page. We appreciate that as well. And as we wind down, let me see if there are any other things I need to respond to. January, nobody's trying to come for you. They're just protective of me. Um, Elsie, Elise, Triple Park is located in Windsor Forest on the south side. Beautiful, beautiful walking park. It's about a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile around. Um, so, how do you remove hazardous people? You by voting. You vote, and you can remove hazardous people. How many hours, Frank wants to know, how many hours a week do I spend doing my job? Well, that's interesting. The mayor of Savannah by charter is a part-time job. I will tell you, I probably do about 80 to 90 hours a week of mayoral stuff easily, um, easily between, and it's usually every day I'm doing something. And I take it seriously. I take what I do seriously. I take the fact that God entrusted me with His people seriously, and so I go hard for Savannah, hard. I was in Ireland, and I came back. I flew all day long, made it back for council meeting, and preside over a 4 hour meeting. Well, a 2 hour workshop and a 4 hour meeting. You know, I'm in this for real. I'm in this for the right reasons. I mean, you can never pay people for the type of time they put into this kind of stuff. So, um, well, thank you so much. I appreciate Miss Elise for that. Um, Stop, Tam Tam. Be nice. Hey, Desiree. Good to see you. If someone would like to know the further future plans, wait a minute. I'm trying to get you, Desiree, for the Canal District. Um, well, right now we don't have one. I don't think we really have any plans for it. There are concepts out there, and that's all. It's on the city's website, but it's really we haven't really decided what the Canal District or what they call the Arena District was going to look like. There've been people who've put out different things, but we've not decided on what that is going to look like. Um, we do know that the two big pieces of that is the arena, and now the waterworks building, which we now will have about $37 million of funding for. But that's it. We haven't really mapped that part out, but I expect that we'll start doing that soon. Thank you, Paula. Um, oh wait. Um, wait. What's my opinion of AI? I think too much of anything is dangerous, and so um, you know, I don't think I'll be alive when it really takes over. But you have to be very, very careful of replacing human intelligence with artificial intelligence. We see movies of what that might look like. So, thank you, Miss Barbara. Did you wear orange, Miss Barbara? Let's see. Frank, I need it. All right, Frank, I appreciate you. Man hug. Um, Reginald's from Savannah. All right, we appreciate that. Oh, you're the cousin of Anita Favors. Anita Favors Thompson is one of my favorite people, former city manager of Tallahassee, Florida, and I love her. And you tell her I said hello. She was a great mentor to me some years ago, so I appreciate her. And thank you, Angela. Hey, I was looking for Miss Julie. All right, she is showing up. So, all right, we were wondering where you were. And yeah, and it is Pride Month, and I've gotten some hate for people saying that. You know what? In Savannah, we just gonna love everybody. I mean, I don't care if you love, just love. I'm not anybody's priest or their pastor. I'm their mayor, and government issues civil rights, and so you know we have pride in our city, and we recognize people's rights to be who they are and love who they love, and so we observe pride, and we tell people, don't worry, be happy, love who you gonna love, and you deal with that. Um, let's see. think Willie, I think the question is you asking me about what I said in 2014, 9 years ago, and I was a city council member. I think there was a whole different discussion about police officers. It doesn't frustrate me, but I just think you're speaking out of context. We didn't have the Obama, the policing plan. We did not have George Floyd. I think that so much has changed since then. For you to say something 9 years ago, I mean, I just think, I just don't think it makes sense. So it doesn't frustrate me. Again, I think the city of Savannah, what they have done under my leadership, particularly as it relates to law enforcement and how they engage with the African American community, particularly through our CARES task force, Citizens Accountability Review of Emergency Services, which issued a report of recommendations regarding policing in communities, the taking away of strangleholds, the demilitarization of police. Those are things that have been instituted since I took office. You know, they were there in 2014. So, I mean, again, I just think you're like you're just out of context. So, um, yeah, Mike Johnson, Denver needs my support. All right, Tuesday evening. All right. Um, yeah, I think they threw him out. Um, yeah, let's see. Thank you. Let's see. Send a Cash App. I do have a Cash App. Let me see. I think it's I think it's Friends of Van Johnson. I think that's it. You want to send it? Um, and people ask you, say Savannah, and gave positive reactions. I'm lying. I appreciate that, Frank. Thank you very much. Um, yeah, yeah. Willie, just hey, Marjorie, good to see you. And um, Leisha is visiting DC. Make sure you go to the African American Heritage Museum. Um, let's see. Oh well, I know Bruce. Bruce Harrell's a friend of mine. Matter of fact, I'll see him tonight. He's the mayor of Seattle. He's also an Alpha. I hope you know that. I'm gonna take a picture of me and Bruce Harrell. I'm gonna put a picture up of him. That's my frat brother. Hey, Dr. Bay. Wow, she is on. I'm gonna give her some love. Good to see you, Doctor. Hope you're doing well. Haven't heard from you, or haven't seen you on in a while. I hope you're doing well. So, um, where am I? I am in an undisclosed location, but I'll tell you later. But nonetheless, Jeanette Grant, good to see you as well. Thank you, Julia. I do not know anything, Ernestine, about the woman um, who they have selected to be. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Paula wants to talk about young black men in graduating classes. I do not know. I don't know. It was good to see people graduating, but I mean, I think for us, it has to be more than just graduating. It has to be that they have to um, be able to transition. And again, I think we talked a little bit about this last week. It's more than just transitioning into college. I mean, we need to get people into trades. Um, again, great opportunities in technical schools. We have to get people into the military, um, and we want to get people engaged in that way. Um, the Free Spirits perform live music from 12 to 1. Um, yes, yes, Angela, yes. We can have a date night party. I'm working on it. Look. We are getting date night T-shirts, and we're gonna have a party, a whole party for y'all to come to. And for those who come every week, for example, those that are out of town, Laura and Vernice and Cassell and Robin and Laura, we're gonna make sure we're gonna mail you y'all shirts because y'all are there, so we appreciate you. Shalinda's another one. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Cash App has a dollar sign. Yes. So anyway, wanted to let you all know I appreciate you all. We are doing this. We are looking forward to it. Dr. Bay, you promise, Dr. Bay. You promise you're gonna call me next week. Promise, because I haven't heard from you. You know, just wanted to know what was going on with you. Make sure you're out there taking care of those patients and being safe in these here streets. All right. But we're looking forward to having our date night, and we have the T-shirts. And Michael, you can come. Matter of fact, Debbie Williams Walker helped me with this, and it's going to be a great time. And we're going to have T-shirts for the first number of people who come and are with us that day, and it's going to be great. So, but I appreciate you all. Appreciate y'all standing with me. Appreciate you walking with me on this journey. Dignity over drama. We have enough drama in this world, and I'm saying that we all deserve some dignity. We deserve dignity from our public officials. We deserve dignity from people who serve us. At some point, you have to be able to put away the drama. At some point, when you've overcome and when you know better, you do better, and when you do better, you end up being better. And so some people are just stuck in their own issues and their narcissistic tendencies. And the fact of the matter is, we have too much important business to do. No one ever told us to be able to agree, but we should all be able to disagree peaceably. There are young people watching us. There are people who have invested in us. We are the hopes and dreams of those who've invested and those who've gone behind us, gone before us. And we should not ever put ourselves in a situation where we lose our dignity. And so, if you all want me to be drama, then you need to elect somebody else, because that ain't me. That ain't me. I ain't it. Life is too short, and we got too many difficult issues to deal with. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Again, we're going to be better. 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 And so God bless. Thank you all for joining us. And we'll see you next week. And good to see Miss Betty. Thank you as well. Dignity above drama. Thank you all for being and caring and loving on your boy. And thank you for being Savannah Strong. Have a good night. Wear that orange too.